What if I told you everything was a lie? What if I told you everything you learned from when you were a kid through middle school and high school in all of the education system was false? Well, at least part of it is. Because today, I am going to dive deep into a question that I truly believe in, and not many people are on my side yet. Ladies and gentlemen, North Dakota doesn't exist. For us to start our journey, we had to go all the way back to 1889 when the Louisiana Purchase was made for the United States. But I wanted to point out one thing. You know what's something weird about the Louisiana Purchase? There's that little missing space. Some of Canada is even chosen and bought into the Louisiana Purchase. But not that little bit of space that's to the right of it. That clearly isn't Michigan, but it had to be something. That would soon be North Dakota, and for some reason, people want to just disarray this fact overall. Most of Dakota is taken in this deal, but there was a little bit of leeway even back then on what they wanted it to be. Maybe in the beginning I could be crazy. It could have been that North Dakota was supposed to be a state, or Dakota was supposed to be a state. Let me explain. The reason why North Dakota and South Dakota are the way that they are, especially that they're similar in size, almost identical to each other, is for one reason and one reason only. It was supposed to be one state. I've looked everywhere and cannot find anything that can confirm this. But using context clues, it's almost a certainty with everything that I've done with my research that this was supposed to be one state. And then the government intervened on that and made sure that it was going to be two states. Why, you ask? Let me tell you a story. Remember when California was originally thought to be the leader of the entire America because of how big of a state it was, with the amount of resources and everything about that? If you look at North Dakota and South Dakota, there are plenty of natural resources because you have to look and see that they're under 750,000 people in North Dakota. That gives them 7 square miles per person compared to the size of the actual state. What is what I mean by this? They realized Dakota would be too powerful if they merged it into one state. So that's why they divided it. But they're not just doing that so that North Dakota can just be its own state. No, let me get into this, okay? And they are using North Dakota as a government battleground. I can't confirm this, but you have to think. Have you met anyone from North Dakota? Has anyone said, "Oh, hey, I'm from North Dakota"? Has anyone even said the word North Dakota without mentioning that I forgot that that was a state? North Dakota is one of the most neglected states in the world compared to a survey they did not that far ago. And I just can't see the legitimate reason behind it. There are so many beautiful green pastures. And if you look at the North Dakota capital, Bismarck, there's one building that is over the normal size. Everywhere else, there's buildings all over it, like Boston, Chicago, Florida. There's skyscrapers, there's all of that. Yet there's one very sad, very ominous looking building in that entire city. I'm not one to point fingers, but I have been known to go through my research through the back rooms. And it makes perfect sense if that is a government building in disguise that no one wants to talk about. Yes, you have the North Dakota Athletic Association with all of the college teams. Yet when you talk to them, there were certain things that I remember seeing on ESPN saying stuff like they never referred to the actual state. Never once. Any of the athletes, even if they go pro, none of them referred to the actual state whatsoever. I don't know. It could be a conspiracy theory, but What I think is going on is not only a government battleground, it's a government testing facility. Not only did they separate Dakota, as they want to probably call it, but South Dakota is probably a normal state, probably hosted to more people, probably over 1 million if I had to give a guess out in my head. But you have to think, what's going on over there in North Dakota? You have famous influencers like Ted Nivison throughout his entire progress, especially going through every single rainforest cafe throughout the world, said he went to North Dakota, but did not see a Welcome North Dakota sign throughout all of it. Especially, he even said this. I don't know about you, but that's pretty convincing to me. He probably knows it as well as many others do, and he probably got suppressed for it. Who knows? I don't know what's going on over in North Dakota, but all I'm going to say is it's 100% a government testing battleground, and I will keep diving into this until I find out the true story behind North Dakota. But you should agree with me, North Dakota does not exist. I have a bunch of more conspiracy theories that I want to talk about. So if this video does well, we will talk about more of them on the channel and expose the actual truth of our country. It makes you think about the educational system. What other things are they lying to us about? What other things are they keeping from us that we are just brainwashed and just chipped in as humans of society? I guess we'll never know.